everybody. I'm very happy that I have chance again to see you all, especially Coach Hunor, who I see had a good season, and I wish you to continue like that. Now, when we talk about man-to-man defense, as American coaches would like to say, everything starts with a half court, which means everything starts with a half court defense where you have ball side, you have a weak side, you have a players who play aggressively on a ball side or on the ball. You have a weak side players who most the time, most of the time are help, and they do help players who would penetrate or pass the ball inside. From the weak side, they help defense on the ball side. When we talk about man-to-man defense, we have to know several rules. And first rule would be pressure on the ball. Pressure on the ball should be or could be from the other hoop we are attacking, which is our opponent's defensive hoop. And we can continue with the pressure until ball gets in the shooting zone for our opponent. Many people would ask, what does that mean with the other four guys? Do they make a full court pressure or they stay in a shooting zone on their half court and wait for another opponent? Exactly, it could be both ways. But let's say that we are now doing a half court defense, so at least in a shooting area, which means from the central line, our guard, the defender who is guarding the point guard, has to be the pressure man. He has to put one hand on the ball or to attack the ball. That ballman from the other side, we were watching, for example, last game in the ABA League between Budućnost and Red Star, and we found out at the end of the game how guy who was penetrating the ball from one part of the court, which means his defensive part, to the offensive part of the Red Star hoop, and he did score because when he was breaking the pressure by Yagu, who was a short point guard, and he go around him, other guy was coming to switch basically, and guard with the ball was going around him, and he shoot the shot of the dribbling, and he made the hit. Good has to be on the one hand distance from opponent who has the ball and triple threat position, and we can go around. He can go around us, so we have to always, when we get the close out, to make decision. Are we going to make him go to the sidelines and baseline, or are we going to lean him off to make him go to the west-east or east-west directions, which means we don't allow him to go directly to the hoop with the ball to penetrate. Penetration is killing us. That creates problem for the defense and make handicap situations 2 against 1, 3 against 2, 4 against 3, 5 against 4. When we talk about other thing, what we have to do, we have to learn to play defense, to slide with our legs, to go down with our knees, and to slide with our legs left and right, and to make as much as we can our opponent with the ball far away from the hoop or paint area, 3 seconds area, and to try to eliminate any position where, again, ballman would create the problem for us. If we closely follow up evolution in basketball, we can determine this kind of conclusion that in nowadays case, people who go around they create many problems. And today we don't have a pure point guard like 40, 30, 50 years ago, when point guard was just a guy who was penetrating, passing left and right, and making assists. Today we have much more point guards like a combo guards who are capable not just to pass and penetrate and break the pressure, they're capable to score. I was talking to the coaches who were visiting our young college, and they say today in Serbia, uh, people do the practice, the junior coaches, under 17 coaches, they do the practice with transitional drills. Even when you do closeouts and those shell things, move left, move right, this and that, there is a pickup after shot is taken. You are now attack them in a transition, and they come back. You try to stop their transition. I was having here on your channel transition defense topic. We have to stop transition. We defend. Then when everything is over, if we were defending at least one time, now if we didn't defend both times they score on us, we still are in defense. But if we defend at least one time, maybe two times, depends how straight coach you are, then we change. Defense is becoming offense, offense is becoming defense. So important thing is today there is no that more half court defenses. Everybody today is doing transition, transition, transition after any segment of the game you're practicing. You have to go on the other end and you have to come back. So at the one bite, you kill two enemies. You teach transition defense and you teach transition.
We should need to push a lot. Read and react situations, high post, triple three, and quick finish. So this is what we said, that we need to prepare our players that they are playing outside also. So there is sometimes kick out, there is maybe pick and pop situation, and you receive the ball, and you can't shoot a three-pointer. So very basic things you can do with the first players. It is important they are able to make it, they get the ball, triple three, and the finishes can be how you wish. Sometimes can be quick finish, and sometimes can be that with a jump stop or with two contact stop. He's finishing as a post player, putting bottom of the hoop with indirect step, attacking the middle, and finishing with outside hand. It would be the best half hook. You can see now we are doing fakes. We made a fake one side and finishing on the other side. Also, we can say, for example, for our players, foot under finish, low post, skip pass, elbow screen, and different finishes. These are little advanced, but this all you can do with your players from under 16. Very easy, very easy you can make, and it would be recommended to use for them interesting, for them challenge, and you are preparing for them for the next level for under 18 and for senior basketball. You are able to see what you saw the video that now we are giving the ball on the low post. He is making a kick out on the elbow side and receiving the ball on the other low post. You are making the spin move to come front of the player because we are expecting that he is just not just running so directly. How was in the previous video what you saw. And of course, when we are working alone, the player becoming tired. It's a great condition for him. It's a great condition for him. Very hard without foot player playing 30 minutes. And we are expecting that he's playing on the low post, he's playing defense, he's going for defensive rebound, offensive rebound, he's doing screens. For condition is very hard. Passes always must have speed, and every of his pass when he's doing kick out must to be good pass for the player or for the coach who's standing on 45 degrees, that when he receives the ball, height of the chest is ready for shoot or going for drive. Different finishes. When your player is educated, then even you just need to say words how we want, and he is doing. That is why you must educate them. We can't lose always the time that we are showing low post, fighting for the position to receive the ball. It's very important. If your post player not able to to receive the ball, doesn't matter what he knows to make with the ball. Now you can see fighting for the position, different finishes. Now we not have somebody, but we should need to put somebody for contact that he's feeling more better. And later you will see coming slowly some kind of zero time pushing him to be challenged. Offensive rebound, two extra jump, you can see. It's a great for condition, two extra jump, I am pushing, and third time, he must to finish. I am now a little soft with him. A lot of times I'm doing this much harder to be. Now he is receiving the ball, and you are able to see that now we are teaching our position 5 to play outside. So he received the ball from some kind of kick out, or it was pick and pop. He is not shooting, and outside he's receiving the ball, and outside he must to play. Now low post, high post, read and react. I am trying again to give challenge, push the player, not let him to shoot. He also need to read when I'm defending him, when not. I'm trying to steal the ball. So very important protection. We need to push our players on position 5 that they are comfortable for dribble, to play one-on-one and for contact game. And they are not losing the ball. Pushing us because modern tendency of basketball is pushing always us. So let's say I started to coach 22 years ago, and if I would teach that what I was doing in the first few years, I would be, I think, nowhere full. So rules are changing almost every second, every third year. Something changing. Now it was at the moment tendency about offense, but now defense coming back. How I'm following many leagues, but modern tendency of basketball, if we are talking about position 5, it's pushing us that we must to teach them that our post player, our big player on position 5 needs to put a three-pointer. When I was playing basketball, it was not usual. Also, when I thought to coach, then maybe it's just started to go. And if you are asking me in the senior team if I am picking an import 5, what I'm looking, of course, I'm looking shooting, minimum mid range, but I like to sign centers that they have a shoot for three-pointer. And this in youth basketball, we must to start that he's working on his technique, and also that we are forcing for that he's used for it. That sometimes he needs to go out to shoot, or we are doing that kind of test that sometimes from some kind of obvious screen he's going out and have shoot. Well, of
To
course,
make
we
decisions. We have to at least give them an idea of what the technique looks like, and then we can work with that, and we can kind of go, we can test it, we can come back, we can tweak it, and we can go through that loop. Um, because ultimately, if a player doesn't need to choose when or how to use a skill, we're not necessarily preparing them for competition. We're just rehearsing a performance, and we're not building that adaptability that we need for those players to be in games when they've got to make a split second decision. Okay. So, what transfers? And this is kind of unpicking it a little bit more. And it's with games or small sided games, it's not necessarily training skills, but it's about how can we train that adaptability. And so what does transfer? It's not the perfect rep, or it's not the perfect footwork. It's not the practice where nothing looks wrong. Okay, it's about putting players in situations where they have to adapt. Okay, a player is on my hip, a player's behind me, a player's in front of me. I'm in transition, and players are closing me down from different situations. I'm coming off of a pin down, and I need to read, where is that player as I come off the screen? Are they chasing me? Have they shot the gap? What are they switching? And this is where that adaptability comes in, is that you need to be able to read the situation you're in and adapt to what it's providing you. Okay, so and that's just what I mean around perception. Okay, so the perception element here is, what do players see? What are players seeing when they're on the floor? And we can't see what the players see. I think it would be a very different game if we could. So we need to have conversations with them and speak to them and kind of understand what they're seeing, because players need to be able to see players need to be able to perceive what's happening. Okay. Once they perceive what's happening, what do they see? Then they have to make a decision about what do I do? Okay. And then they have to execute with the timing and pressure of a game. Okay. So these aren't isolated skills. These are tightly interwoven. They're connected. And the more we stretch perception and decision making, I think the more these reps become transferable. Okay. And it's that constant idea when you're designing these games, what are the players seeing? What are the players doing? What do you want them to be able to do? Okay. And this is why it's really important that the experiences they're having are
Tel Aviv
representative of the
series.
game. I got this from an Israeli coach, Arik Shavek, when I was doing the FECC, the FIBA Europe Coaching Certificate. Um, 12, 10, and 6 is the shot clock that you have. And the way in which you do it, you have one team at the halfway line, okay, one team on the baseline, and you can either throw the ball to the half and they've got 12 seconds to score in the half court. You can throw it to the baseline, they've got 12 seconds to go full court the other way and try and score. Okay. You could do it where you have the same drill and it's both teams are now lined up at the halfway line, and it is first team to touch the free throw line gets the ball. You've now got 10 seconds coming back the other way. You could do the same thing where it's both teams line up at the halfway line, first team to touch one of the baselines, then has it, and you've got 12 seconds to come back the other way. You could also do it where you have them lined up opposite sidelines and they have to touch the opposite sideline, so they're running across court. You throw it to one team, they've got 6 seconds to score. So again, you're just trying to generate a little bit of chaos and their ability to make quick decisions when things are a little bit clouded for them. The next drill, 5v5 ODO. So ODO stands for offense, defense, offense. So it's a 3 possession game. You could do this either starting in the half court, so half court 5v5, transition, and then come back. So it's half court down and back. You could start with an out of bounds play on the sideline or the baseline. You could start in the full court. So you could start off a free throw. So it might be free throw ODO. So you shoot a free throw. If you make it, you're pressing, and then we play. You miss it, we go down and back. Another examples for you. 5v5 passage. You play in the half court. And on this one, so the rules for this drill is score it normally. So you play 5-on-5 in the half court. Offense, if you score, you get a 3 or a 2. Shooting fouls, you call yourself. You could either make them shoot free throws or just give them the point for the score. But then the rule here is if a team gets a stop and scores in transition, they get what I call a big point. And I got this drill from our sport director. He used it here last year. And it's then the first team to get 2 big points wins. So you could do it where team A is on offense, team B is on defense. So team B has the chance to score those big points in transition if they get stops. But you could do it where team A is on offense, and when they get